Hi Jimmy, I had to do you guys next because you are a superstar, okay? Because the Martian full cold moon was in your sign, middle of the road with Martian energy, which is kind of like pent up anger, going in, is in retrograde, all right? So I've already pulled your leaders to save time. Any of you guys that have any other mutable placements or are dealing with somebody that is a sun, moon, rising in your personal lives, or at work that's particularly important or close to you, may find greater challenges. For those of you that have a sun, moon, rising, or stellium and other mutable signs, in accordance with the full moon, you may face challenges from one area of your life to those other areas of your life. The other mutables are Virgo, Gemini, of course, Pisces, and Sagittarius, okay? Sagittarius is where the sun is, okay? That's your partnership house. That's your 7th house. If you guys have a partner that is a Sag, you guys may be going through something particularly emotional at this time. If you do not, you may find somebody that you're particularly hot for at this time. Could also happen. But there is some sort of really big, passionate kind of thing, for good or bad, that kind of is happening, or culmination of those things that's going on, all right? And there's this square to from Jupiter to Venus, all right? It's actually Venus to Jupiter, because Venus is dominant, which is right by the Capricorn Sag cusp, all right? And the position for the full moon actually has a vertex there too, right before we get to Mercury, which is inside of the first few degrees of Capricorn. By the time we get to the new moon on the 23rd, I do expect that to be a beautiful new moon. Not all new moons are tied so significantly to the full moon prior. This one is, because that new moon takes place like right where these personal planets, Mercury and Venus, are now. Okay, somebody may be coming or going from your life that is close to that position, or entering your life that may be of some significance, or you may have some new starts to whatever culminated around the time of the full moon that takes place later on at the 23rd. I've filmed all 7 signs for that, and the full moon is kind of in effect for 2 weeks or up to 2 weeks. And then again, because I said it has such critical ties to this one, I do think there will be some new things, depending on how it touches off with other areas of your chart. You may have had some heartbreak around this full moon or something that kind of tore you up a little bit. You have a lot of good placements here. I do see, I'm using extended Lenormands on the top. I'll call these out real quick. You pulled 2 on 2, which is the first person that's done that. I kept it out for you. You have third person, clock. Then you have stars with stalemate, which is interesting. Moon, which I would expect. And you have snowflake and tower, all right? And then over here you have bloom, gift, lullaby, and keys on a tree. This keys on a tree, I gotta say about this keys on the tree is like, I don't use these particular oracles often, but like this, I've used them in almost every single reading for these extended reads this month, and every single person, almost every single sign, has pulled this keys on the tree. It's real weird. So I feel like this is tied into some of the major aspects that are going on, and this kind of dangling of the fruit, or waiting for something that you kind of have to climb towards, that you don't quite have yet, okay? I see a lot of good here. Your work seems to be humming along, literally, all right? I feel like you're in some sort of groove here with work this month. This reading's timeless whenever you find it. If it's, if it resonates with you, it's applicable. However, when it comes to the astrology, I will be discussing aspects that are going on this month, okay? I do one of 2 extended reads, one in which I do a little look at past, present, future, and a spirit aisle. And then I alternate with another read where I pull career specific aspects of life, okay? So this is the one that does specific aspects of life, and in this one we do career, love, self, and family. Yep. All right, and so starting on the first aisle, which is your family aisle, I have the King of Swords. There you are, in all your glory, or somebody else with a lot of air in their chart. But you starting off here, masculine energy behind the card, does not mean that you are a masculine. It just denotes there's no gender in tarot. The energy behind the card is of a masculine nature, okay? I do feel like you are in your full power here when it comes to some sort of family scenario. And I have a 4 of coins indicating that you're holding on to something where the time is up, the clock is above that. So time is ticking on something that is ready here in one scenario or another, okay? And I feel like this may have, within a couple days before or after the full moon, come to a culmination. Leave a comment in the Dropbox and let me know if so. There is some sort of victory here, okay, in this, whatever occurred, okay, because I have the 6 of Wands, Judgment, and the Ace of Wands, okay? So I do feel like it will go to a new beginning. But there is something about routine and discipline here going on within the family unit, as well as some sort of new beginning, all right? And we're going to explore it as we go along, okay? I'm going to pull the rest of your lanes. I will call these out as I go along. On your love aisle looks pretty damn freaking good, okay? If you don't have somebody now, you may find somebody that's kind of a gift, you know, in one way or another. Stars at the bottom when I'm discussing that. If you are with somebody, I feel like you are feeling very, you know, there is a feeling of some sort of gratefulness for where you're at, okay? Even if you are single. And there's some sort of message here about letting your imagination soar into what's possible, okay? Some of you may have somebody come along that has some earth in their chart, or you just may be married, okay? Because I am popping with a King of Coins here. That could be representative of an earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, or of a marriage, okay? Because it is the King and Queen of Pentacles is a sign of marriage for me, okay? And now I'm popping with the 4 of Wands. So on your love aisle, I have the 4 of Cups, the High Priestess, the King of Coins, the 4 of Wands, and the 9 of Wands. I do feel like some of you are married. Those of you that are not may meet somebody that is potential marriage potential. Okay, this person may have Earth and or Pisces in their chart with the High Priestess here, or you may. Sun, Moon, or Rising. Take a look at those sections of your chart. I already discussed mutable energy. Okay, and towards the end of this month, by the time we get to this new moon, there is a powerhouse of planets in Capricorn. It is a hell of a freaking lineup in Capricorn. I think everything but like Mars, which is still with you, is in Capricorn, you know, of significance. And Saturn, of course, you know, and Neptune will still be in Pisces. But there are a lot of personal planets all at once inside of Capricorn. So anyway, I expect that to be a good one. I expect it to be, you know, very monumental in the ways that it impacts you. Let me just take a look at this real quick. This line by the 7th and 8th house, you literally could have somebody coming in or passing or leaving that's of significance to the family, or a birth or something like this that's of significance to the family. Some of you may have some dealings with some sort of new thing, if not, or dealings with taxes, or a deeply healing, transformative sexual relationship. If you're not facing something else, again, I think I already mentioned that if you meet somebody new, or you have your eye on somebody, it may, but I do see rejection here, and I feel like there were this rejections in the past before this other thing, okay? And I feel like if you did face a rejection in the recent past to do with some sort of love thing, that it was due to a third person, okay? And that was meant to be in one way or another, okay? 9 of Cups and the Lovers is at the bottom with the Queen of Swords. There you are again, and the Fool and the Knight of Cups. That looks freaking gorgeous. Wow. I usually don't go this far back, but I have the 9 of Cups, the Lovers. That's you. 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment. Queen of Swords, that's you. And or somebody else with some air in their chart. This speaks very greatly. The Fool, there's some sort of fool's leap here about some sort of love offer possibly, okay? Or trying to get or something, and there's a lot of independence, and there was a Hangman state, but then there's, man, holy shit. I never looked that far in, but, okay, usually. But it was just so good, I had to keep, okay, that's enough. Anyways, let's talk, shall we? let me just take a look here at this new moon real quick. I did a full moon reading. I'm going to do a new moon reading. I'm obviously going to do singled and troubled in love check-ins as well. And I'm going to be posting some other specials on Pluto, as well as some, I don't like to do politics, but I'm going to do some of it for you guys. I'm going to start, okay? On some countries charts and some leaders charts, just on some major issues. I'm going to start doing that, all right? I will only be discussing it in terms of energies, okay? On this new moon, you still have Mars in your sign when this new moon hits, and on the 23rd, like I said. So I feel like if you did go through something really tough, there may have been some sort of culmination in a business partnership. Any of you guys that are advocates or anything like that may get some, have to speak or have some big win or something kind of monumentous around the 7th that was of some significance, okay? And with the sun in Sag, you know, it may have to do with a frenemy or a business partnership or a marriage or something pretty large, okay? Contract related, whether it's to business and or a partner, like a live-in partner or a marriage partner, okay? And if, you know, it's pretty bright. Additionally, Neptune is now moving forward, okay, and in Pisces, and that is your 10th house. So I do feel like if you guys have had any kind of writer's block or creative blocks, those will now move forward, okay? You also may have some sort of woman that you're working with in your business life, or a feminine figure that comes in that you meet through your business life. Some of you could. That winds up being of some significance, that is either motherly or something towards you, or that you may see as a potential mate or partner, okay? Anyways, Jupiter is like moving, it is in Pisces, okay, but it's moving back, it's moving forward again, and it's going to move back into Aries. So I do feel like there's something getting bigger with your larger networks here throughout the month, okay, as it moves back into Aries. And Jupiter in Aries is going to be trining off with anything in Sagittarius. There could be some new opportunities and a lot of abundance. Your wider social networks may widen or change, or there could be gifts by way of a person or an opportunity that come in through your wider networks, okay? The 11th house is known as the house of good spirits, so to have Jupiter going through there, I do feel like it will be somewhat, you know, lucky for you, okay? Insofar as you may have something come in a wider network that winds up either being someone you're in a business partnership with, or solidify in some other 7th house matter, okay, whether it's related to business and or marriage or something of significance to you in the future while Jupiter is moving through there. So just wanted to mention that for you. On this first aisle, you know, I want to know here, I do see like a new beginning, and I do see something that you're emotional about, okay, within the month, about family. I'm going to take a look before I say anything else. Give me this 4 of coins here. I feel like time ran out on something with family, or something in a family scenario, okay? Some of you may have felt like you may be worried about a parent or somebody that's aging, dying, or somebody else passing away, or something like this that you're holding on to that is like getting up in age, okay? And I do feel like some of you may go through this little bit of melancholy period where you feel like you're lonely, or in some way or another, okay? Or that something didn't work out that you were holding on to, okay? Yeah, there's a lot of healing around this, okay? The star is popping here, of course, and the magician's also popping here, highly tied to you, and also highly tied to Virgo, okay, because it's representative of mercurial energy, okay? But with a star here, I feel like if anything was bad, there's healing in it, and there's something about timing, okay, and longevity, all right, at play that is okay. And some of you may be healing from things that you were previously holding on to, something like this, okay? What is this that you're emotional about, okay? Could involve somebody with some Pisces in their chart. All right, Pisces is popping up a lot though, but we have a lot of planets in Pisces. There's some sort of wish that might be coming true on a family front here for you, and you may be a little bit scared when it first happens, okay? And could have to do with an opportunity, a business opportunity in the family or something else here, and you may have come out of a hangman state on it, okay? Because I have the hangman, the Nine of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles here. So I do feel like there's a victory here, and some of you may have something public happen with the family, because I'm getting a lot of public vibes, especially with the Star and the Six of Wands, and the Star is like appearing here together, one card away from each other. There may be something going on within the family or within what you do that is, you felt a little bit, there may have been something you were fighting for or really, really wanted on the family front, and you didn't know if it would happen, and now you're out of a waiting period. If you were in a waiting period on this thing that you were holding on to, I feel like it happens. Like if there was a stalemate or a waiting period, something happens, okay? Some of you could know somebody in the family that's like falling in love, or you could, you know, be in love. But if there's something here about not waiting anymore and perfect timing, something like this, okay? What is this Judgment here? It's so funny, I got the moon on Judgment and it's under the aisle for the moon, and I pulled the moon earlier when I was discussing it. Fell out. Some of you, again, I feel like I already mentioned something about your parents, maybe dealing with something with a mother figure, or you may be married or interested in somebody that has a Venus in a fire sign, and or that you feel very passionate about, that you kind of watch from a distance or something like this. But for some of you, something very emotional, or decision that you felt very emotional about, if you are happily married, may revolve around your mother, okay? I feel like if your mother is sick, that you may be especially concerned with her about around the time of the holidays. You may be going to visit her or something like this, okay? Or thinking of her, something of that, like this, okay? You may meet somebody that reminds you of her if she's already passed, okay? Something about this though is very, very a lot of lunar energy here. Now, of course, this could be you. Some of you may have a pregnancy in the family or something like this that comes up at this time. But I do feel like there's some sort of internal judgment call that's being made here that's rather big. It's an internal soul calling, and you feel very passionate about it, or somebody else does, okay? Now, some of you could also be involved with somebody with some fire in their chart. The King of Wands is here. You know, I'm going to wait until I speak more on this, because there's an Ace of Wands right after this. But there's some sort of intuition about what's going on, okay? You may meet somebody that's very intuitive, okay? Very charismatic, very good looking. King and Queen of Wands are usually highly attractive people. Give me this Ace of Wands. But this person may be a mother or have some Pisces or Cancer in their chart as well. What is the Ace of Wands here? Yeah, I feel like, again, this is a judgment. Some of you guys may have somebody in the family that's going through some sort of legal proceeding or the justice system, okay? You may receive some sort of justice in one way or another, okay, in a family unit or some new beginning that seems just, that you were waiting on for a long time. I feel like if that's what that is, you were waiting on it for a very long time, feeling emotional about it, and then finally something there comes to an end and something new can bloom within the family, okay? For some of you, it could have been delayed due to third-party interference, or there may have been somebody else involved that was interfering here in something from the past, and then something new is like healed in the family, okay? I feel like some sort of choice is like necessary for this new beginning. You know, you or a mate, especially with all this energy, could have something to do with work. I don't know why I keep getting work. It could have something to do with work in the family. Whether, you know, somebody is getting some new gig or something of this sort, or has some sort of win. Some of you could be involved in the justice system. Geminis are great advocates. Or you could have some Libra in your chart or be dealing with somebody with some Libra in their chart, okay? But I do feel like I'm getting like legal systems here and like something very, very precise and like very passionate about, but very well done, okay? Very well done. Like an achievement of some sort or another that's gained through your own discipline, all right? And that you have the ability to believe that you can do what you set your mind to here. But for some reason, it's a family win, because it resonates, okay? Give me this Four of Cups here. Yeah, this Four of Cups was exactly what I said. Like there's some sort of walk away here. I'm not sure if it happens this month or previously. You know, I now have a King and Queen of Swords. I just got it on this Four of Cups. I get an Eight of Cups and a Queen of Swords. So I feel like somebody's rejected here, either you or somebody else, and it could have to do with third-party interference, okay, at some point in the month, or you make a decision or speak out about this, okay, and you move on quick. You're like, okay, I'm done. Because I have, on the Four of Cups, I have the Eight of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Chariot. That's very fast movement towards a victory. So I feel like that realization, if it hasn't already been made, something here is made, the decision here is made like by the time Jupiter enters Aries. Okay. Give me this High Priestess. And it's like, as soon as you let go, if for those of you that are single, were holding on to something in the past where there was a third party scenario, or maybe you liked somebody that there was a rejection or you walked away from due to third party interference that it just didn't go, it's like new love comes right after that. Or some new interest. That's looks pretty good. Yeah, it's, on the High Priestess, I have the Ace of Cups, the Four of Swords, and the Nine of Cups. So some of you may be taking a trip with your mate to take a break together. If you are happily together, I hate to leave you guys out if, you know, when I do these extended reads, because these are not for just singled and troubled in love. And, you know, if you are, it's like there may be some trip for rest and relaxation where your love is kind of reborn. Okay, for others of you, there's definitely a new phase here with timing, in which like you are just encouraged to like, I don't want to say fly, that sounds really cheesy, but to kind of release a need to control and to go with your intuition and to see what happens. Okay, and some of it winds up being a wish fulfillment, especially if you were delayed on having some fun for a long time. There may be some sort of timing here where you're taking a break, or you meet somebody on vacation, or you take a rest and relaxation that winds up being just really good for your soul on a self-care aisle, on a self-care way, okay? But you have an aisle for self here, so I feel like this has to do with love. And yeah, there is some decision here in regards to your role as either a husband or a wife, or a potential role as a husband or a wife, or you may have somebody come in that is like potentially marriage material, 35 or above, may have Earth in their chart, okay? That you need to make a decision on whether to make a leap towards what you got going on, you know? Looks good. All right, now those of you that are really happily married, there may be a decision that has to do with you or your mate's job or something, all right, and possibly travel, or whether to take something or not, okay? Give me this, and it's followed by the Four of Wands, so it's like impossible that some of you guys are married and maybe you're traveling, and maybe you're making some new move or some decision here. You receive some new wish right after this, you know, bad thing that occurred, if that was if you are happily married. For others of you, I feel like there's some rejection here in the past that you moved on from, or some past relationship or crush or something that you were like, nah. And then it's like, believe that, you know, you're going to run into something that's meant for you. And I feel like you're okay, like fulfilling yourself, like self-love, self-relaxation, something of this nature. Okay, and then it's like, hold on a second, I don't want to speak too soon. On this Four of Wands, again, I'm getting Pisces. On this Four of Wands with the moon, it's under the aisle for the moon, and I have the Four of Swords in the background. So some of you guys may have had a break in your love life, like you had a bad breakup in the past. There was third-party interference or some sort of shit with other people being involved, or an influence over that person, and it just wasn't fulfilling. And there may have been rejection on your part or the part of somebody else. And then it's like there was a break where you just took a break and may have not been dating or something. And if that was the case, some of you then meh, you know, or you're traveling. Now, some of you could be healing from something where it was a timing issue, but I'm just trying to cover both of you guys, okay? On this Four of Wands, I have a Four of Swords in reverse, and I had a Four of Swords here, which is indicative of rest. All right, so I do feel like, you know, and I have the Queen of Cups here. Now that's a relationship card, indicative of love, but it could also be very indicative of somebody with some water in their chart. And I have the High Priestess on this lane, and now I have the King of Swords. That's you. So, some of you could be getting a new house. If you were looking for a new house and you hadn't found one yet, you were just, you know, or couldn't identify where you wanted to move or something like this. There could be a move that's contemplated or a coming out of resting period in regards to something. If somebody was looking for a new job or to finish a big project at work, that may also happen, okay, after a break, all right? What you got going on here? But this Four of Swords indicates that, you know, if you were waiting to get into another commitment, you're not going to be anymore or something, like you're open to it. Yeah, I feel like you want to invest either in the relationship you're in, like make another big investment into it. Yeah, and I'm getting like strong Pisces vibes, Sun, Moon, Rising, either you or somebody you're involved with. Now, again, this could play off with your work because Pisces rules your 10th house cusp. Okay, so for some reason work may be involved with love, or you may meet somebody through work or through a wider network or something, especially when it moves into Aries. But this person may have Pisces in their chart or some other water sign, but I'm strongly getting Pisces. I mean, I've popped with the High Priestess here. I'm now popping with the hang woman or hangman. And on this Nine of Wands, I feel like you are a little bit scared to invest in like new love, but you decide to do it. Even though you're like, one more go, what could go wrong? Something like this. Okay, and if you are very happily married, then you're reinvesting into your relationship. Okay, okay, all right, give me this, but I feel like for a lot of you, there's this story here that's playing out with this past thing that was moved on from quickly, a sufficient break, and then some sort of reconsidering again. So, you know how that goes. All right, I want to pull down here on this aisle down here for your career, all right, because I really see you plugging off from here, from that. Some of you may have faced a job loss or something at work, especially if you work in government or anything high up, that caused some heartbreak on like not getting a position or losing a position or losing a client. Some of you may have used to work in something where there was some third-party interference at a prior job or something like this that you left, okay? And then I feel like there was some sort of way up or of emotional priorities here. And some of you guys may be really getting into your groove and your balance. The Page of Cups is indicated here, which denotes a lot of creativity. A lot of creativity, okay? I feel like something, you may be making a decision, and some of you may work with people like associates or something that are younger, and some of you may have a fire sign that you're either working with in work or reassessing. If this could also be a mate, if you are with a fire sign, your mate could be reassessing some things and some emotional priorities in the home to realign your work schedules together, something of this sort, okay? What is this Two of Swords here? And I feel like there's a decision here that needs to be made. About that, Jimmy. Give me this Seven of Coins here. But I see you investing, or somebody wants to invest in you here at work, okay? There may be competition for something that you're feeling very intuitively guided towards at work. And again, like I keep getting these music vibes. I don't know if you play music or you like music or you're in the music business or something. There is something that you want, or related to work here, that you're a little bit stressed out about it, maybe because of competition and weighing up your options emotionally as to time. All right, and this may have to do with a mate if you're really, really happily married and your mate's going through something at work, or you're readjusting schedules for some reason of your work schedule and your mates. But for a lot of you, I feel like there's something that you really want to invest in. It could be a business, or it could be something new at work that there may be a lot of competition about. Or you may have a project where there's a lot of competition where you could win or lose, something like this, that you're a little bit anxiety ridden about, but you're making a decision on, and for whatever reason this affects multiple areas of your emotional life, this decision about work, something going on here about your work-life balance or something, okay? Give me this Five of Cups here. Some of you may have a falling out, okay, with somebody that makes you a little bit sad at work, okay, or your partner could. This is very strange because I have on this Five of Cups the Devil, the Tower, and the Two of Cups in reverse. You may have a frenemy at work or have a business partnership that falls apart a little bit because of something that takes place. Sorry about that if that happens, okay? There could be a loss of material gain or something, or you could have somebody that it has some Scorpio or Capricorn that's involved in this thing here at work. I'm going to take a look. Give me this Devil here. The Empress. This could have to do with somebody... there may have been someone that is like a female boss at work that you have a falling out with. This person could have Capricorn, Taurus, or Libra in their chart, or if you are married, this could be your mate. But I feel like there's some truth that's spoken that comes in that's very precise and unsettling, that makes you a little bit sad because of a loss, and it could be related to ego or something that was moved towards quickly and you wanted it to work out, but it didn't, okay? You could face like a little loss in like, if you work in government or politics or legalities or something, you could have like some little loss with that, or you may be bringing a loss with somebody else, okay? If you have an ex that is a Libra or a Taurus, that you were previously married to, this could also, I can see this also playing out here with that, but I'm really sensing this is work, so I'm really sensing business partner, okay? I see a lot of brainstorming here, but somebody's ego may be out of whack. I don't think it's yours. Give me this Tower here. But you may feel bad for this person in some way at work, okay? Holy shit. Hang on a second. I just want to look at this before I speak on this. This could have to do with a boss. Again, I now have the Emperor. Okay, if you're in a family business, there could be like a fight between. Like if you're in a family business, there may be like a fight between the major, hierarchy in the family. That causes sadness. in this month, okay, where a partnership is broken up, okay? Because I now have the King of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Emperor. What the hell do you have going on here? I mean, to get the Emperor and the Empress on us with like these cards and these Two of Cups and this Tower and this Five of Cups, it's just like, holy shit. Now this could have been something from the past, but that you're holding on to. I'm popping out with the Four of Pentacles on them. That you're afraid is going to upset your family life here. I feel like some of you are at a place of indecision, especially if you're involved with a business partnership related to your family. Sorry. Yeah. You may be walking away from something within the family, or need to walk away from some sort of battle with the family that goes down. Of course, you know, a separation of duties or something like that in the business, especially if there is multiple like head. Jimmy, if you guys are like married, you could have like a battle with your spouse, especially if you are a married couple, like a father and a mother, regardless of sex or a masculine and feminine energy. Dualistically, there could be some sort of divorce or breakup of a family unit that affects your work some way, all right, pretty significantly. Now, some of you guys could have to travel unexpectedly to deal with some stuff with your parents that affects your work, where you need to take a break to deal with something that happens unexpectedly with your own parents, especially if they live elsewhere. Okay, but this is like, to get the Tower and the Devil with all this, there's some sort of codependency, breakup, indecision about what to do with like head honchos at work, and they may actually be members of a family or coupled or something. Now, if you deal with the legal system and you like work with married couples, or you're a counselor that is like a marital counselor or something like this, there could be like a blow up with some of your clients. That's pretty like damn specific, but it's all over it and it's pretty significant, so I'm not gonna not delve into it a little bit here for you. I'm gonna go to this next thing. Everything else looks to be humming along fine, except for this little thing. Except for this little thing. Now, it's possible if somebody gets like a job, or you like meet somebody that lives far away, something here leaves you in a place of indecision about it. Something like this, because it could affect your work or something like this. I'm not saying that you're dating somebody at work. I'm saying that something going on with either somebody you're involved with, you know, and work could either blow up, not related to you at work, especially if you're in like marital therapy or something like this, or a divorce attorney or anything like that, or in a family business or partnership where the partnership needs to break off or reform or something because some shit goes down with some of the partners. Okay. Okay, give me this down here. Your again, I feel like something happened here with a prior love, or the loss of someone or something, okay, that you had to kind of gather your strength, that caused some heartbreak here, affecting you on your self aisle, okay? And again, it may have been related to a rejection. I'm getting, you know, I'm getting repeater cards, and on this heartbreak down here, I have a Six of Swords that indicates moving away, going away. You may have had a, you know, rejecting somebody, or you rejecting them, okay? It could be a loss of a person through death, but I don't think so. I feel like this is related to this breakup that was up here. Something from the past, or you know, letting go of something or someone here that, okay. What is this Eight of Swords? With this Eight of Swords, I have the Tower and the Empress. Again, there's something kind of major here dealing with like an Empress, and it may be somebody that you knew for a long time, or is a member of the family here that was feeling restricted. If any of you have a parent that's sick, they may just be having like a tough time. Okay. Definitely check in on them. there's some sort of like restrictions here where, hold on, give me this Temperance. I do feel like if you are waiting on a new beginning with like your mate and you are very happy, that you will experience a new beginning after some hardship in the beginning. For others of you, I feel like there is an old mate here that affected you internally, like your self-esteem or your self-worth, because it was like not a positive relationship. That was a breakup over here, that then you have this new beginning, okay? That is, some of you may have been married previously in the past, okay?